Hello everyone, this is Jay at Inspiration Masters, and we are having a lot of fun at Inspiration Masters today as a part of our inspiring series. Just as every week we get an opportunity to meet the entrepreneurs, the artists, the business owners, the difference makers who are making a difference in the lives of people not just in the Dallas Fort Worth area but around the world. And today is no different. We have a very special guest here, Mr. Tanveer Arora.
Hey,
Tanveer,
Jay.
welcome to Inspiration Masters. We are so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
And
It's my honor to be here, honestly.
yeah, so we are ready for a lot of fun, but our viewers don't know where the fun is coming. So let me tell you something about Mr. Tanveer. He's a stand-up comedian. So how to wait and pause, right? He's a stand-up comedian and he's one of the favorites at the local clubs. He's also involved in local acting gigs with a short role in a movie, Undercover Santa. His video question was picked up by Comedy Central on their new show, Problematic, with Moshe Kasher. He has also directed a short film, a short movie which is called Choice, as a part of the 48-hour festival in San Antonio in 2016. And Tanveer runs his own showcase in San Antonio called 10 Beer Comedy Show. So it's Tanveer's show, it's 10 Beer Comedy Show. And he's a co-producer of Jokes Okay Please, a Hinglish comedy collaborative in Austin, Texas. And he has been a two-time finalist in the Funniest in South Texas competition. So Tanveer, we have a lot to talk about.
Right, and I wish you hadn't said a lot of things from there. I'm just kidding. I wanted to forget all of this. You reminded me. They are true, but there's some things I really wanted to forget about. I don't know whether we'll laugh or cry in this one, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So, were you always like this?
Define this.
Define this. Okay, so is it something? What inspired you? Like, was it in some of your family?
To do comedy?
Yeah. Why you all of a sudden start? Somebody don't. Yeah.
I think it goes long back. When I was a kid, I grew up in Mumbai, India, which is like the Bollywood mecca, right?
Yes.
So I was a lot influenced by the whole Bollywood, showbiz. I wanted to do something with it.
Right.
I've always been a writer. I used to write poetry and songs, obituaries, no. But love letters to girlfriends that never got a response. But
Oh, that's a good one.
oh, thank you. You don't want to read those, but no, I always wanted to do something with my writing. Actually, when I was like 16, 17 years old, I did audition for the Great Indian Laughter Challenge in India.
Oh, okay, great.
They did call me in for audition, and they said, "Oh, you suck, so go back." And the dream died back then. But I think somewhere deep within me, I wanted to do something with writing, something with comedy.
Right.
It's always been, and I know a lot of people stereotype, if you're from Punjab, you better make us laugh or something like that. That's always been there. But the real reason I started doing comedy, especially here, is 3 years back. Me and my friends, we were in Las Vegas, just partying. It was more like a reunion.
Right.
And it was all fun for like 3 non-stop days, and on the 4th day, it kind of got really serious. We had like a round table conference, and everyone was just talking about their lives. Like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm a manager at this company, and I am doing so and so. And it just my turn came. I'm like, I'm just existing. I'm not really doing anything. So I really wanted to do something, and I told my friends, before I turn 30, like a milestone, I want to do something fun, something that I've always been passionate about.
Right.
And I told them, I've got like 4 years to do something. And they're like, no, you got 3. I'm like, no, I've got 4. And they were right. I actually miscalculated my age. No joke. I lost a year. Have you seen that movie called Sunday? It's an Indian movie. The girl loses an entire Sunday. She doesn't remember what happened.
Oh.
I lost an entire year.
Entire
year. So I didn't sleep that night, and my wife, she kind of consoled me, and she found a really good thing in Austin, Texas. She signed me up for a stand-up comedy class. And that morning when I got up, I told all my friends, this is what I'm going to do.
Wow, that's
And
cool.
I signed up for that class. 3 months from that class, I did my first show. It's there on YouTube. Please don't watch it. But
So
yeah, that's how
you
it
tell
started.
us, so we'll make sure that we don't watch it.
Yes, please don't watch it. It's on YouTube under the name Tanveer Arora or Tanveer Arora. Please definitely don't watch it. I'm saying it for the last time. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. All right.
So that is a good thing. So you also answered my second question. So
I kind of read it, so
you
I
read it?
kind of get, no, I didn't.
Okay. So were you always an extrovert, or you were hiding in the corners, and then all of a sudden you came out with this?
That's really an
idea?
interesting question. I don't think so. I was an extrovert. I was kind of an introvert person. It was more like I never had the confidence to talk to people.
Right.
A lot has to do with a lot with me not being able to speak English back in India. It was a big struggle. A lot of my friends in school and even after school, whoever the friends were, there was a lot of talks in English, and I was never confident. Never confident talking English at all. So part of me used to be like just this quiet little boy who has nothing to say, always is in the corner, does his thing, and goes back home. But I think a lot has to do with that I had a lot of potential energy in me.
Right.
It was just waiting to come out. I found my medium. That's it. That's how.
No, that sounds so good. Yep. And you have which is a club which is called Tanveer.
The show, yes.
Yeah, the show.
Right.
And what is that show about?
So I do run these showcases in San Antonio, Texas, where I live. It's called the 10 Beer Comedy Show. It's a play on my name, 10 Beer, 10 Beer. So I just started.
There's no free beer or anything like
There's
that.
absolutely no free beer. In fact, the minimum you have to purchase is 10 beers, and I will bill you $10 per. So I make a lot of money with that. No, I don't. I don't. Also, don't watch that YouTube video. Do not watch that YouTube video. Now, when I run these showcases, there's no fixed schedule or anything. I just do it whenever I feel like it. Just look for local places, local theaters in San Antonio. Just book them. I book comedians from San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Dallas, sometimes out of Texas as well.
Right.
And just we have 1.5 hours of non-stop comedy.
That is outstanding. So yeah, we would like to watch that. So, but you recommend not to watch the show. So we'll have
we'll watch the YouTube video.
Go to San Antonio to watch.
Yes.
And you also made a short film called Choice.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about. Okay, I'll just.
How about go ahead. Yeah, I'll hear that. Yeah.
It was a 48-hour film festival.
We do make mistakes, so it doesn't matter.
It was a big mistake. Yes, it was a very big mistake. And luckily, you cannot watch it on YouTube because I've taken it down. So all right. Now this was a 48-hour film festival. Every city has that. I was just excited about movie making. There's also part of me that wants to do that, but it was my first one. Right. Yeah. But that was my first attempt doing that, and it was really, really terrible. So, moving on.
And you are also doing Jokes, Okay, Please.
I would love to talk about Jokes, Okay, Please. So this is something really new, something really close to my heart. Me and a couple of other friends from Austin and San Antonio, we got together and we created a Hinglish comedy showcase.
Wow. Cool.
The comedy in India is pretty new. It's like 6 or 7 years old, and most of the comedy there happens in Hinglish, which is Hindi plus English.
That's right. Yeah.
So we wanted to get that culture here in America, and we just started out small. We rented a place in Austin, and we tried this one test show. I got about 6 or 7 Indian comics. When I say Indian, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Asian comics that can possibly speak a little bit of Hindi or Urdu and mix it with English and create comedy out of it.
Wow.
And we did our first show, I believe, last year, and we've been doing a lot of shows since then. It's picked up. It's generated a lot of interest. We do that mostly in Austin. We've done it in San Antonio as well. In fact, we'll also be doing that in College Station shortly next month.
Wonderful. So that's Jokes, Okay, Please.
Right.
That is something which is a English comedy show.
Right.
And so one of the other thing that it comes to my mind that you were in Bollywood, and I think you were lucky enough that your wife bought a course for you for comedy.
Right.
But do you think it's just that easy? I take a course and I become a comedian?
No, it's not. In fact, the course didn't teach me anything. I want my money back, but that's a whole different story. I do want... No, but it is at least a Kickstarter, right? It at least got me, it at least just gave me a direction what to do, where to go. General life of a comedian is, you start going to these things called open mics.
Right.
You test out your material, people see you, they book you on local showcases and go from there. The course actually just was a big confidence builder.
Right.
One of the things that I won't ask the money back for was our instructor. He just put us up on stage, and he said, just don't speak for 1 entire minute. Do not speak. Just stand there, and all these eyes on you, just watching you for 1 whole minute.
Wow.
You're not speaking. You're not doing anything.
That's right.
That was scary. That was really scary, but that gave us a lot of confidence.
And that's true.
So yeah, I would say it kind of helped. It kind of gave us a direction. But then yeah, no one can really teach you comedy.
Right.
It's just who you are and how you deal with things, how you observe things, and how you portray things.
This is always challenging to. Do you think it's challenging to make people laugh?
Well, do you get ticklish?
Uh-huh.
If yes, then it's not. It's very easy to make people laugh. But with your words, yes, it is challenging. But that's the challenge you take as a comedian.
Yeah.
Every crowd is different. Every audience is different.
Mhm.
I've done shows in a church,
Uh-huh.
believe it or not, where there are kids like 4 or 5-year-olds, and I've done shows for a crowd about for age like 50 or 60.
Uh-huh.
So every crowd is different, and yeah, you need to be that good, or you need to have the capability to make them laugh.
It's because it's
Yeah,
variety
exactly.
of audience.
It's variety of audience. You need to feel the audience. You need to know what makes them laugh.
So you have something ready when you walk onto the stage. You have some of your outlines ready, or what you have going on in your mind when you walk in, and
Oh yes,
what kind of
it's
things you have ready there.
a lot of times people think that comedy is all impromptu.
Mhm.
It's just right on the stage.
Uh-huh.
Part of it is,
Uh-huh.
but yes, there is a script to it. There's
Right.
definitely a script to it. It's rehearsed. It's a show after all, right?
Right. I think you've tried that. You said on the open mic, you already tried out some of.
Right, you
which
try
really
out
work.
things, you know what works, what doesn't work, you tweak it as per the audience. And there are oftentimes you play with the audience, you riff with them.
Mhm.
That's all impromptu, but you still come back to your script and just go from there.
That's right. But you feel free to talk to any of the funny things which you come. But let's talk about one of the things or something which happened while you were traveling or giving a show, which made you laugh, and I said, "Oh my God, what was that?"
Oh, which made me laugh. Let me think. That's a tough one.
There's something that funny happened. All of a sudden, you go on stage and something happened.
Wow, I wish something would have happened. I cannot think. Like I watched this interview by Shah Rukh Khan, and he talked about going on stage. The two things that you definitely do is one, you take your God's name,
Uh-huh.
and second is you check your zipper. So I definitely do that, but I do hope sometime when I go up on stage, my zipper is open, and that'll be the most funniest thing. But other than that, I really can't think of anything else, any funny moment that has happened. I can definitely tell you which was borderline funny as well as very interesting thing that happened to me. So when we were talking about audiences, right?
Uh-huh.
Different audiences. So.
Uh-huh.
I did a show in San Antonio once. I will not name the people, but it was interesting. Let me just put it this way: I was thrown out of a show.
Okay.
I was asked to leave the show in between when I was
Uh-huh.
performing. There was a time a bit I used to do where I used to say, "Oh, I'm not a fan of Indian people."
Uh-huh.
I used to do that. And I did offend a lot of people by saying that. So yeah, that was the most memorable thing doing about comedy.
I think you learned something out of it.
I did. That's what I learned. I need to know my audience. I need to know. I didn't feel them. I need to not offend my audience because honestly, that's what it is about, right? It is about the audience. I mean, definitely, it's about me. It's about the performer.
Yes.
But what are you doing that for? You're doing it for
That's
the
right.
audience, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if they're not having fun, you're not doing a good job.
That is right, and actually you are in the best position because comedians are the only people who can offend the audience.
Right.
Nobody
yes.
else can afford to do
Right.
that.
But you gotta choose how much do you want to offend them.
How far?
So here's the thing. That's actually a pretty good point you bring up. So you don't want to offend people, but at the same time you want to put forward a point
Right.
that people may or may not be on board.
That's right.
But it's how you put the point across. That's how.
That's the key part
That's
of
the
it.
key part.
And any message for our viewers? You have an opportunity to talk to a lot of people through here.
Well, first of all, don't watch that video on YouTube. But I'll be posting a lot of videos on YouTube shortly. Watch those. And follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Snapchat. You name the social media. I'm trying hard to fit in with the young folks. I'm there on all social medias. Follow me. Follow all other comedians. Comedy is a great thing, by the way. It's just relaxing. It just helps you to relieve your stress. There's a lot of comedians in San Antonio, in Texas, in America, even in India. Just watch them. Make us famous. because that's very important.
So, yeah, tell us something how they can invite you if they want to arrange for your show. Where can they reach out to you?
Right, they can definitely reach out to me on Facebook. I am literally on Facebook 24/7. I hope my manager doesn't see this because I do have a day job. But you can reach me on Facebook. Just look for Tanveer S Arora, or my Facebook page is Tanveer Arora. You can also reach me on Twitter, on Instagram, the same handle. Yeah, just reach out.
Excellent. So thank you so much, Tanveer, for taking the time to talk with
thank
us.
you.
And we, the entire team of Inspiration Masters, we wish you all the best for all the upcoming events and anything you undertake. Not just comedy, but anything you
Right.
take over. We are wishing you all the best. Again, everybody, thanks for joining us today. And as a part of Inspiring Series, we have all those videos up for you also on YouTube. It's at Inspiration Masters. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a week.
Thank you.